Welcome to Bleav In 76ers with your hosts, former 76ers point guard Eric Snow and two Sixers fanatics in Marcus and Teja Dash. Bleav In 76ers is presented by BetOnline.AG.
BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BLEAV50, that's BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bleav In 76ers podcast. I'm Marcus Dash here with former legendary 76ers point guard Eric Snow and my brother Teja Dash. We made it. We made it through a whole off season, a whole summer. We're here, baby.
We are in the greatest time of the year for sports right now. You got the NFL, you got the MLB playoffs, and NBA. Man, where they all overlap.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. And plus, especially Philadelphia right now, you got the Phillies going far. Eagles having the best start they've had in a really long time since like the beginning of the Andy Reid era, and the Sixers the hype around the team right now. So I mean, Philadelphia's they're loving it.
They are.
But
great time.
Yeah, it is a great time. It's when you go through those parts of the summer when it's just baseball. Nobody gets baseball when it's just baseball. It's like it's
a little different.
Yeah. Right now, this is what we live for. These weeks.
Oh yeah.
So a lot to get into. Obviously tonight is the opening game of the season. But before we get into that, we just want to touch on something. Former 76ers center and Eric's former teammate Dikembe Mutombo, the legend from Georgetown. He has a brain tumor. Starting to get some tests done and stuff on that. The treatment. And so we want to send our love and well wishes out to Dikembe and his family. Eric.
Definitely. Pray that, he gets through it. Pray for him and his family. Great dude, man. Wonderful spirit and heart. So looking forward to him beating it and being the same great Deke he is.
Yeah, looking forward to when he beats it, maybe doing a video of him just doing this to the tumor.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that would definitely be a great. Probably that'd be the best rejection he's ever had right there.
No doubt,
absolutely.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But yeah, sending our love to Dikembe. But fellas, it's as we mentioned, it's here. That had so many people text me today about who am I betting on? So we'll get to the picks and all the stuff we're going to be looking at today. But we started off with Teja's boy as far as the first topic. So Thybulle, the rookie scale extension deadline came and went for the Sixers. So the team would have had to sign him as a restricted free agent coming up this year. So essentially this year for him is going to be a prove-it deal for him if he can get that 33.3% three-point shot that Teja wants him to get. Or not. That's pretty much what's going to come down to, I think, this year for him. So what are your guys' thoughts on not being able to come to an extension with Thybulle yesterday?
Doesn't surprise me.
Excuse me.
I think we're going to have more teams start, going to the restricted route. I really do. I think that from a Sixers standpoint, it's a strategy because I don't think that they believe. Well, I mean, Thybulle has to play extremely well to maybe play out of the range that they probably have for him.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's doing that, that's going to accelerate the team. So it's almost like a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
And from Thybulle's standpoint, I mean, I think that he probably, if he got an offer, if he got one, I'm sure he felt that, based on how guys are getting paid around the league for what he's asked to do. I'm sure he probably wasn't happy with it and felt that he could get that in free agency. So didn't surprise me. Didn't surprise me that we're here with that negotiation.
Teja, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one.
So my thoughts are, I like that Thybulle's betting on himself. It means he's truly confident in taking the steps or shots in order to become the player we've all hoped he'd become, right? So he's not just saying he's improved; he's actually putting his money where his mouth is. And for our sake as a team, I hope he's right because, like you said, he prospers, we prosper, right?
Yes.
If he is right, though, the other side of that would be, if he is right and he is betting on himself and he wins that bet and he shoots 37% this year and killer defense, playing 28 minutes a game, whatever. It's going to be a lot harder to sign him next offseason. That is the reality of the situation because there's probably some shitty team that's going to just throw all kinds of money at him and then he'll be on their trade block 2 years from now. So there's pluses and minuses to the situation. I hope he kills it this year and we'll deal with the contract stuff when it comes up next offseason.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the first thing I thought of too was the him betting on himself aspect of it. And obviously we've seen his jumper, his shot during preseason. It looks good, and obviously he thinks he's made some changes that it'll help him out this season and maybe get that bigger deal next year. So,
or the offer was just that low to the point where he's like, I can do better than this, even shooting 30% from three, like I've been. So we don't know. We don't know what the offer was, and so
yeah, I hope he dominates, and I hope he sticks around past the season.
It also makes it a lot easier that we didn't do a deal with him to trade him during the season. So there's always that option as well.
Yeah. Interesting. Eric, I know for our fans out there, Eric's a Cleveland Guardians fan. Eric just wanted to know the Yankees just hit a 3-run shot.
Thanks a lot.
I'm trying
live reaction.
No, I was trying to update him because I have a game.
Are you DVRing it, Eric?
No, baseball so long. I'll catch up, and it's not enough action. They'll show how to run for me. Like I don't have to do that. It's no spoilers to me in baseball.
Okay,
like it is in basketball and football.
3-run shots, pretty close.
No, it's not. You kind of told me how they scored, but by the time I looked it up and found it, they'd probably be in the same inning. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's true. Yeah, my bad, Eric. I didn't mean. I wasn't trying to be an ass there. I just saw.
Were you trying to update me, or you were trying to be a smart aleck?
No, I was legit trying to update you.
Oh, you couldn't wait till the show was over to do that, huh?
Well, it just happened.
It's up to the minute.
So I may jump to my Philly team.
You always have that option. That's good.
Yeah. I cheer for all Philly teams. They just, only the Sixers are the number one team.
Yep. Right there with you.
Agreed.
All right. Okay. So another sporting event that's happening today. We got the Guardians and Yankees game on, but obviously the game that we're all fixated on is Sixers and Celtics, the opening tip-off for the NBA season, for the 76th NBA season too. That's interesting. 76 could be the year finally, right? Makes sense.
Hope so.
So we made it through the offseason, as we mentioned earlier. So with Philly at Boston, we kind of talked about this earlier when the schedule came out, but is this just game one of an 82-game season, or is this more than just a season opener for our guys today?
I think it's more than a season opener because of the opponent. For different reasons. I say one, because of the opponent in the history of the two teams. Then you add in the equation of the first game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got all the changes that the Sixers made, and a full season with James, and then you got with Boston. They went to the finals last year, and they're out of the East. They probably feel like we got the best chance to go back. Then you add in the Ime stuff, which doesn't really have anything to do with playing, but we also haven't seen him seen them without him.
Yep.
So I think since the last time we talked about it, a lot of things have been added.
Yeah.
But I do think that how this game is played and how it's viewed can go a long way for both teams. I really do. Like, I think that close game, fighting, close game, regular game. But if a team gets blown out, it's gonna be and feel worse than a normal blowout during the season.
Oh yeah. A lot of expectations.
And that goes both ways.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's definitely more for both squads. I think it'd be big regardless. I mean, I think it'd be big if we were playing. I think it's bigger because who both teams are playing. And both teams have such expectations and stuff going on throughout this offseason. I think it would have been big even if we were playing a tank team, though, because the Sixers, we feel like they need to just justify so much, right? Like, everyone's got a lot to prove on this team, from management to coach to players. Embiid's still proving doubters wrong after all the success he's had. He's the best big in the league, right? That's an ongoing thing for him. Harden's justifying the decisions he made, right? The putting off the big contract for a year to accommodate his guys to come over and play. PJ Tucker's got to justify leaving a contender who beat this team for the team. So it's a lot of guys, Maxey even proving that he's not just a second-year fluky, right? That he's proving that this is just another step on his way to becoming a star. We made a lot of moves to wiggle around the cap and to get these guys here. It looks like there's a plan in place from management down. A bad loss tonight would make that plan, even though it's not, it would make it look like that plan is not the perfect plan. Especially, and if we win, we beat the team that most people have predicted to beat us this year. So that would also just be a bigger in the opposite direction. For Boston, too, similar, but just different. They have their own pressure, right? They want to prove that they can overcome the injuries to Gallinari and Rob Williams, along with the coaching allegations. And they're trying to probably prove that the coach drama is not going to create a cloud over their entire season. And a win over the contending Sixers would certainly shut a lot of people up as far as, thinking that the coaching issue will affect their play. Even though in the end it's one game, right, at 82. But optics are big, man. Optics are really big. So it's good to jump out to a nice lead over your division or your rival.
Well, you also got to think about the tiebreaker, because I believe that this is going to go down to the end. So tiebreakers will matter. And if you get a game against Boston on their court, that could end up being huge. Well, we tied those teams last year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, and didn't have tiebreakers.
Mm-mm.
That's how many factors make this game so important that after like 10 things we've named, we finally named the tiebreaker part of it, which is extremely important in itself. But there's so much going on here with storylines that like tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers usually don't come into play until later.
Yeah.
It's
important.
It's still important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously, so we've talked about how it's more of a it's a big game. It's more than just a regular season opener. But who is this game bigger for? Is it more for, because we talked about both sides of it, Celtics, they had the whole drama this offseason with their head coach. If they lose this game
at home too, at Boston, and
more questions will come like, oh man, is this team, can they really, are they going to handle the loss of their coach? And if we come out and we lose, like you said, Teja, it's like, oh, they did all these things this offseason. Everyone said, oh, Harden's back. They added all these pieces. I
still think that Boston has the most pressure on them because I think that their situation has, been bigger than everything the Sixers has done.
Yeah.
And they went to the finals last year, and they're the home team.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
home thing matters
for us. I want us to win, but a close loss is a close loss. Any loss for them, I think, is made to be bigger.
Boston can always hang their hats on, we don't have a key part of this team and Robert Williams. I guess there's a kind of
you can do that if it was a minimal amount of time he would miss, but we don't know when he's coming back. I've heard 2 or 3 different time frames for him.
Yeah, it's a big range for sure. Also, I think how it's won too, right? If it's a close game and it's just a slug,
that's what it's like. How you lose and how you win.
Both these teams are going to be problems all year. There's that outcome where it's like both these teams are going to be, wow, it's going to be a really fun Eastern Conference race, like that kind of game. But if one of these teams wins by either like a strong 8 to 10 points, or they never really got close, or they just blew them out, yeah, that's going to be a little hard to swallow for either fan base for sure.
Yeah.
Do you all anticipate a close game or a blowout tonight?
It's just a win for me. I could care less how.
Yeah.
What's a blowout though? +10?
I would say 10 plus points. Yeah.
10 plus. I think it'll be in the 8 to, I think it's closer to be 8 to 12 than it is 1 to 3, even though the spread's 1 to 3. But I think, I don't know. I just have a feeling it'll be a little further away than they're expecting.
Yeah.
The spread's come down a lot since we even talked about it last week. It was, I think on the show I said it was 3.5. It was 4 like the 2 weeks before that. Now it's 2 points. So it's gone down 2 since it opened.
I like that smart money coming in late. I like that.
All right. So last week's show, we did a lot of over-unders for the season. And so a lot of total things for the season. So today's episode, we got something special just for the game tonight. So we're going to go rapid fire on some over-unders for the game. So we're going to start off with points. So Vegas has set Joel Embiid's over-under tonight at 26.5 points. Do you guys think they'll be over or under tonight?
Over.
I'm going 26 on the dot. I'm going under.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the preseason.
I think mostly because, look, his over under for the year is like 30, right? It's kind of weird to start him out at 3.5, almost 4 points less than what his season average is going to be. I guess they're counting on Horford really shutting him down. I would think.
No, Boston. The reason I did hesitate on doing it because I felt that Boston would double team him and wouldn't let him play. That was my reason for doing it.
If he's hurting him, I think they will definitely go to that right away, if not off the bat. Let these guys prove. Let Harden prove he can score. Let these guys prove they can still do it.
But I also think that in most cases, if he's really, really trying to play and really trying to score, that he's going to get such deep position that the doubles is not going to matter as much.
If you can get Horford in foul trouble early, then I will easily take this over. But if Horford battles him all game, makes him work for it at least. I don't see not playing a lot in the preseason.
That was my hesitation to not playing a lot in the preseason to double, but I got him over.
All right. Historically, Horford is the Embiid stopper.
Yeah, that's why we signed him.
Yeah. And Horford became a Sixers stopper that year.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Well, he was. Well, no. It was one of the factors, but it was one of the factors, though.
It was the fit. I actually think it was a good fit. It wasn't really Horford being. Because obviously Horford went to OKC, dominated in OKC, and they ended up benching him because he was playing so well.
He played well with Boston,
and then they went to Boston and dominated. So
yep.
That was a fit thing, I think. And Udoka was on that staff, and Udoka was on the Celtics staff where he thrived in. So what does that say? I think it was more just us, I guess.
Yeah. You just couldn't play 4 next to Embiid.
Yeah. Okay, so the next over-under that I have here is Tobias Harris, 13.5 points tonight. Over or under?
Over.
It's too low for me. It seems so sketchy. I'm going under. I'm going 12.
You're going like slightly below both these so far. I'm seeing a trend.
I just think that's such a sketchy number for me. 13.5 for a guy that's averaged like 17 to 18 the past like 4 years. I just think that's so sketchy. We'll talk about over analyzing these. These numbers scare the hell out of me though. I don't like the way these numbers look.
It's just one game. It's not the season.
Yeah.
These numbers scare me though. All of our over-unders are pretty low, which means they're counting on either a really bad offensive game or one of these teams to blow the other one out and the minutes to come down a lot because all of our over-unders are pretty low compared to what they should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I just think they haven't adjusted to what we were saying about Boston kind of having a.
Yeah, I mean, they also don't want everybody to make them high and everybody just goes under. I mean, you got to make them challenging.
At least be near their actual like season totals, though, right? Like Tobias is a few points under, Embiid's like 4 points under. Maxey, I think, is like 2 points under. Harden's like I think 2 points under.
Mm.
It's a little. It's a little weird for me.
Yeah, I think they're probably banking on these guys having cold starts. First game of the season. A lot of these guys didn't play a lot during the preseason. I don't know what their logic is. But the next one is Tyrese Maxey, 17.5 points. Over, under?
Under.
Going over.
Interesting.
Over on that one. I'll say it's going to be close, though. I have him at like 18 or 19, man. I have him like right on there.
Why do you say under, Eric?
Because I think the other guys are going to be all over.
Yeah, see, mine's like the opposite, right? I flipped on that one.
All right. Okay, we got Harden, 18.5 points is his over-under. What do you guys have for Harden tonight? Over-under?
Over.
I'm going right 18.
Oh
right
my gosh. Man.
Annoying, I know. I'm going right there, though.
So Eric, you think Harden has a big game tonight? Like big game with 25 points, you say?
I just think he has over that number.
Okay.
And maybe 1 point over. I think he has more than that. I think he has over 8.59 assists. I think,
All right. I think the next one is his assists, actually. Yeah, so that perfect segue there, Eric. Over under for Harden's assist tonight is set at 8.5 assists. What do you guys
over?
Over.
Going over.
All right. Teja, I believe in the bet that you sent me today, I believe you have Harden. You took the 7.5. You weren't high on the 8.5. You wanted to buy an assist there. I think you went over 7.5 assists.
I went one under it, huh? Yeah, with the single game prop parlays, I tend to go a little under what they are, just to give me a little buffer. If I'm already taking like 8 of them, my odds are already sky high anyway. I don't want to be greedy with it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys think that Harden gets a double-digit assist tonight, though? Just to be,
Yeah, I think Harden gets 18 and 12 is my prediction.
Yeah, double.
Okay. All right.
19 and 11. 19 and 10.
I like it. I like how close you guys are with your.
So
I like it.
But take assists and points over 25. Then's a really good bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I saw the 35 plus one, not bad one. With points, rebounds, and assists was actually pretty good money. I think that was good odds on that. Okay, the next over under is for 3-pointers made for Harden and Maxey. Both are set at 2.5 threes each tonight. Do you think who's more likely to hit the over on the 2.5 threes tonight?
James.
I think Maxey will. I just think James. I think Harden's going to make a sort of effort.
I think James I just think most of his shots are going to be threes.
I think he's going to try to drive.
I think Maxey's more inclined to go to the basket, shoot a pull up. I mean, I can see him getting his numbers and making 1 3 or 2 3. You know what I'm saying? Like just from attempts.
Mm.
I just think Harden's going to just try so hard to show that he's in great shape and that he's got that quick step back.
Yeah, and I just think with Maxey, I just think that it's going to take a game or so because the way he was playing in the preseason, I just don't feel like they're going to do that when everybody's there and they're playing the game. And Joel, you're throwing that ball down low. I just don't know how. Because he was taking quick shots.
He doesn't need that much space, so he got some fly.
But he was taking quick shots. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they go. I think he can score. I'm saying the threes. Unless he's getting spot up threes. I just don't see him pulling up from 3 like he was doing in transit. We'll see though. I just, be interested to see if that's how he's playing this year.
I will say first game out of the preseason with his confidence sky high on those quick threes.
Yeah.
I think he's probably going to attempt them at least. Yeah. Because he thinks he can make it every time.
Yeah, I mean, but it was different when it was a full team too.
Yeah, they're going to have Brogdon and Smart, no joke, as far as defenders on those 2 guys.
That's true.
They're going to have their work cut out for them for sure.
This is do you guys? So obviously, do you think there's a possibility that both these guys get over 2.5 threes tonight?
I don't think both do. No.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't think, but yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah.
All right.
I just think if James is going to go into distributor mode.
No, I think we're gonna get threes, but I think it'll be up the other guys.
Yeah.
Do you think that Maxey had such a good preseason that he'll demand even more attention from Boston?
Well, I just don't think they're gonna give him clean looks.
Okay. Who do you think Smart's going to guard between those two, Maxey or Harden?
If Brogdon's in there, James.
And you think Brogdon will go on Maxey?
Mm-hmm.
I think Smart likes to play against Harden, so I think he will guard Harden. I think he wants to.
Yeah.
But I also think James will guard Marcus too.
Yes. I agree. Probably better.
I hope Maxey. That's one of the few props I took was the Maxey over 3+ threes was the line for that one. The one I took. Hopefully that happens. We'll see though. I think it's me just going by what I saw during preseason, just like maybe that carries over, a little carryover effect. But maybe I'm just maybe I got so lucky betting on the Sixers all throughout preseason, so I'm just like so into it right now, just betting, taking the plus points and all this stuff.
Three's not a low number.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
So it's like it's not they're giving that to you to be like, here, take it. It's not. It's not a gimme at all.
No, not at all.
But 3 threes is literally more than half of what they're projecting them to score.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it that way.
Yeah. So the next over under is it rebounds? So we'll start off with Harden. Harden's over under rebounds tonight is 5.5. Over under.
Under.
Going over.
Going under. Because I don't see him guarding many guys that's going to keep him in the paint defensively. I don't think he guards Brown or Tatum, and most of the guys he's guarding will be perimeter. I think it pulls him out.
Good logic. Smart does crash though.
Yeah.
So if he is on Smart, he might have to.
Yeah, you had to box him out. That don't mean you will get the rebound.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm just going under on that. For that reason.
Teja, you said over?
I'm going to go over.
Okay.
I'm going to be a lot of missed shots tonight.
That's also a good logic too for that. Next one's Embiid's 10.5. You guys think Embiid gets 10.5?
Yes. Over.
Yeah. Go over on that too.
You think there's gonna be a concerted effort for him to go bang tonight? That's one of the things he talked about this offseason was going to bang and increasing his rebounds.
Big point of emphasis period was crashing the boards for us all throughout the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't really know who Boston is playing behind Al, so it's gonna be interesting. You know, Al spent a lot of time behind the 3-point line. But you give Joel some time to, some ability to get lone rebounds too. So we'll see. I say over.
Does Boston still have Tisse on their team?
I was just looking that up.
I thought they traded him. I thought he was in the trade with Brogdon. Or one of those trades. Or
they got Luke Komet from whatchamacallit. Where did he come from again? Was it Charlotte? No.
Your rookie? Who's this guy?
He played for Boston last year.
Oh, really?
I guess he earned more minutes. I mean, I don't know who their backup's going to be, to be honest with you.
But Tisse is no longer there. He was gone in that trade.
Yeah, he's on the roster.
He went somewhere. I can't remember where.
Interesting. Tisse has been a good role player for them. They've shipped him out before. He's come back, and I guess they shipped him out again. I don't know.
I mean, they could go small. They could try putting. They could go Blake Griffin.
Oh yeah.
They will spend. Blake may guard him a little bit, but that's the same thing as Al. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And Noah Vonleh was their other kind of biggish guy they signed.
They're not going to post Joel, so the guys are going to spend some time on the perimeter, shooting threes or picking and popping or setting screens.
Mm-hmm.
Al might get a lot of minutes tonight. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. He'd be a good guy to jump on some props for right, on that side.
I took his over in rebounds.
All right. So the last rebounder we have, Tobias is over under is 5.5 rebounds. What do you guys have for this one? Over under?
Over.
I think Tobias has like a 12 and 8 type game.
Ooh. Solid.
Yeah. He crashed the boards he did a good job in the preseason too, crashing the boards.
Yeah. And he's always been a solid guy to get over about that 4.5 rebound plus mark.
Yeah.
All right. So there you have it, guys. So you guys are placing your prop bets tonight. You got Eric and Teja's opinion on that. So let's make some money. All right. So final topic, and this is also another thing too. You guys can place a wager on this one. Who you guys think is going to win tonight? So final topic is the pick'em. So Boston is favored by 2. As we said, it's come down from 4 from a few weeks ago, now to 2, and they're favored at home by 2. Games on TNT at 7:30. I think coverage starts at 7:30. So who do you guys have tonight, and why?
Close game throughout. Boston leads majority of the game. Sixers pull away, having a great fourth quarter, make free throws in the end, pull away, end up winning 6, 7, 8 points.
Ooh, I love it.
Over under is 216. Think over or under that?
Under.
Yeah.
I think
that's a battle.
Yeah. I think it's going to be lack of preseason. I think it's going to be sloppier than we like to watch. I don't think it's going to be very characteristic of them, what we're going to see out of these teams all season. I think we're going to see that a lot in the first couple, maybe week.
I also think it's going to be played more like a playoff game than a regular season game.
I agree.
Concentrating on taking care of the ball, no quick possessions. And it kind of feels that way to me.
Yeah. I have 108, 102 Sixers.
All right.
So under, but 6 points.
Do you have it being the same way Eric has it as they kind of had to lead, then the fourth quarter we kind of do a little comeback takeover action?
I can see it being a back and forth game like that. I was also thinking that it's kind of not a blowout, but we're like up by. I could see us having control throughout a lot of it, and then they get it down to like 3 or 4, and then we kind of pop it back up a little bit again at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
All right, so now it's the regular season now, so now we're going to be going back to our 2-show format. Our next show will be Friday. But so in between that time, the Sixers will have their home opener Thursday night against Milwaukee Bucks. So just quick on that one. I know it's 2 days away, so we don't know if there's going to be injuries tonight, who's going to play. But Sixers opened up as a 3.5-point favorite against the Chris Middleton-less Milwaukee Bucks, and I believe Pat Connaughton is also out too for them. So who do you guys have on the Thursday night home opener against the Bucks?
I'm taking the Sixers, but I'm still concerned. They still have Giannis. So
we're 3.5-point favorites.
3.5-point favorites. Yep.
I'm taking us. It's a good bet.
Yeah,
I like that.
3.5.
Yep.
Yeah. Bucks home opener. You're expecting people to be like, we're 3.5 dogs.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. Well, no, it's our home opener, not their home opener.
Philly's home opener.
That's
We're
our
3.5 favorites. Oh, okay. Yeah, I still take us then.
Okay.
Right, well, if we lose this, even more so that we're taking us.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if we win this, 75%, lose this 100%. That spread's going to go up if we lose this, probably.
I was gonna say, well, I'm curious to see what the line looks like if we win or lose this game. How that fluctuates.
And if anyone gets nicked up or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. But all right, guys. Well, that does it for us. We'll see you guys Friday as we recap these 2 games and then preview what's ahead. So we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, guys.